In a Chinese black tea store in England in the 17th century, someone poured milk into the tea unintentionally. Then the milky tea came out, which changed the world and led to the heavy weight of later generations in the following 300 years. The British were crazy about it and milky tea as it is so sweet, mellow, and delicious. It was especially favored by the ladies and gentlemen in England. Next, the Chinese went crazy about it after it was introduced into Hong Kong and Taiwan. As we all know, Hong Kong is a culturally complex area, and people there are inclined to invent stuff. In their view, the British milky tea is too sweet and greasy as well. To make it taste more like tea, they invented the tea coalition process, by which the Hong Kong style milky tea came out. Hong Kong people are quite crazy about it. At the beginning of the 21st century, the following scene could be found in China, especially in the vicinity of primary and secondary schools. In front of a small and shabby store stood 7 or 8 students, with sweet and greasy aroma from time to time. The door plate on the store reads, Taiwan Pure Milky Tea. This is the first time that the Chinese had gotten to know it. Since 1996, the consumption of milk tea in China has exceeded that of coffee by 5 times in only 15 years, despite the fact that the latter has entered China for already 130 years, and the consumption of the former one is still on its rise. Huge economic benefits are created due to the popularity of the brand such as Gongcha and Xicha, and some other brands.
Nowadays, milk tea is not only popular in China, but also in some other countries, and like they have some influence all over the world. Just for example, in Japan, you can see the milk tea store like all over the streets, not only in the shopping mall, but also like nearby the school or other places. So like milk tea is accepted by most of the people, and they love this kind of drink or something. And what's more, they not only drink milk tea, they also put the milk tea in their products. Like they will have some products with the image of the milk tea in order to attract more people to buy their products. So like the milk tea is become more and more famous in Japan. But not only that, in United States, there's this one really famous milk tea brand which is called Boba Guys. And for this brand, their slogan is that we only brew leaf teas, no powders, which is mean that they only use the healthy ingredients to make the milk tea. Like the milk tea is made by the milk and the tea, and they have different kinds of tea to make sure that different kinds of milk tea they have different favorites. And in that way, they attract more and more people to buy the milk tea and just like more people they love milk tea because they're really delicious and it is not too expensive, and I think the milk tea is really popular like all over the world.
So now let's talk about different kinds of milk tea. Well, maybe you here will say like, hold on. I'm familiar with milk tea. They're just boba, milk, and tea, and that's all, right? Well, I'm gonna say that you are extremely wrong. Why? Let the magic do the thing. So here are actually 4 different kinds of milk tea in front of me, and none of them is actually boba tea. And let me introduce it one by one. So the first one, you can see actually there are the red stuff in it, which is actually strawberry. So there are a lot of other kinds of milk tea with popular fruit, for example, grape, mango, or kiwi. So this kind of sweet and sour taste of the fruit itself actually gives another layer of flavor to the milk tea and actually reduces the greasy taste of the milk tea itself. And here comes to the second one, which you can see that here are actually black and yellow stuff inside it, which is actually puddings. So if you stick a straw inside it and chop the puddings up, you will have this kind of soft and sweet taste of the milk tea. And here comes to our star milk tea. You can see that here are two layers. So the brown layer itself is actually not milk tea, but black tea. And what is above is actually ice cream. So instead of previously mixing the two ingredients together, the maker is actually trying to let the customer himself or herself decide when to actually mix the two layers together. So here is our final one and the fourth one. And you may think that it is not that special at all, but let me tell you that this white layer is actually cheese. So instead of only have the sweetness of the milk tea, you will actually have this kind of salty and creamy taste of the cheese together with the milk tea. Okay, so of course there are a lot of other kind of milk tea out there, and I will post some pictures of them after the video. And hope you guys find your own favorite milk tea.